Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever it is you are in the world, and welcome to another edition of Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. Today, our scene finds us with the introduction of a new character, but not in the normal sense where somebody comes up to the comes up to the Sept in the Umbra, but rather on the Telerian side, where a certain newcomer has singled out a kinfolk walking by with an acute sense of smell that, like, damn, hey, think you can go find some hobo-led guardians of this place? Hook somebody up the door? Hmm? Hmm? And of course, that message is then relayed via kinfolk running to the center of the sept and being like, there's somebody in the Telerian looking for entrance. Haven't seen them before. Maybe you should go check on that.
Sound the alarms! Sound the alarms!
Havika will look over. Uh, will look over to Augustus. There's a lot of new people lately.
It is very good that we have more people for this set. Hopefully, this is not a Ragabash, so I still remain as the prime Ragabash. As a cub.
I think we should be less worried about that and make sure she doesn't bring any trouble with us.
You're right.
Havika will then look for a guardian to try to help introduce whoever has came to the entrance of the sept.
Augustus will do the same. When he sees Sam, he will come near him and say, Raya.
No, yeah, Sam was just talking to some random individual and says, and that's when I said, I'm not into handbags. It's my fetish. You get it? No? Hey.
There's someone in Telerian says, like, I want to enter. Is this, like, happens all the time? Don't they howl here?
Oh, that is a bit on the strange side. Hmm.
Is there an attack? Is this like a trap?
No, it's just strange, I suppose. And he looks to the gentleman he was talking to. Says, well, you're a guardian. Would you mind coming with us? And the fellow just nods. He has no tongue. He lost it in the War of Rage. And he just nods and accompanies the party. And Sam's like, if this is an attack, you'll know better than we would.
Did he really survive the War of Rage?
That's what they say.
Wow. That's very nice. Congratulations, Raya. He nods to this dude who doesn't have a tongue, and then.
Oh, that wasn't in character. I'm sorry. Shit.
Like, my character was literally like in the photo. He's like War of Rage, but yeah, he will like try to find that kinfolk who, tell them and try to find Havika and go near, like, follow the kinfolk.
You follow the kinfolk back to a food cart that has been stopped and currently working on a massive order of food by a park bench where you see a young woman in her early 20s sitting with four paper plates already on either side of her, and what looks to be one of the most loaded New York style hot dogs you've ever seen She is currently doing a fairly skillful job, artful even, job of consuming without any of it going to waste. And the guy is still making what looks to be nachos, cheese and chili fries, and looks like he's also preparing a funnel cake.
And Havika looking at the young woman eating all this food and just taking a look at her, he just basically looks over to Augustus and Sam. If that isn't, if that isn't a Garu, something else is definitely wrong here. And he'll look over to Sam. Well, Raya,
Of course. She's certainly going to give that new fellow Kyle a run for his money.
and he'll kind of look over to Augustus, then look over to Sam, and he'll just simply say, "Do," and he kind of thinks for a moment. Americans always eat this much food?
Usually they're much larger if they eat this much food.
Mm.
Some people can surprise you with very high metabolisms.
Mm.
As he says that, she has literally finished off that loaded hot dog. There's nothing left of it, not a single trace. And she has started on the loaded nachos.
Wait, is her face messy?
Yes.
Okay. If it wasn't, I was going to roll like sense worm.
She's a Fomori with a gaping maw feature.
Oh, but yeah, as they as they get closer, this lovely NPC, because none of us are guardians, and I doubt that any of us have right of cleansing. If you do speak now for roll your peace, as they get closer, the guardian, kind of looks you over and asks the usual questions, like, "Why are you here? Are you bringing any problems that I should be worried about?" That sort of stuff.
Oh, and yes, to the third question. She's literally got a mouthful of nachos, and she's not really slowing down. The only reason she isn't double fisting is because she's holding the plate with one hand.
Was that a yes to she's bringing problems?
No to the first, no to the second, and then yes to the third. He didn't ask a third question.
Oh, I'll ask her, what do you mean the third? I didn't ask no third question.
But didn't you know, doesn't everybody always have an additional question?
He just kind of furrows his brows and says, "I'm going to cleanse you now."
Out here in the public? In front of that guy? And she's going to point to the food cart guy. I mean, that's really forward, and I mean, I don't know if I'm ready for that kind of commitment.
Lights a branch on fire and slaps you with it.
Okay.
Havika looks over to Augustus. I'm going back to the center, and just kind of starts to walk away, but seeing these shenanigans.
Where are you going?
Like, one, it's like, dude, we don't need to be here. It's like, and if she's coming in, she's coming in. Havika looks very much at least uncomfortable and a mixture of annoyance.
She's going to walk right past you, Havika, heading towards the center of the set now that she's been cleansed. With one arm just completely filled up with plates. Balancing them perfectly. Come on, people. Daylight's wasting.
Huh. How very eccentric. He just kind of says after she's walked off.
She didn't even introduce herself, right? Did I miss that? This is the new thing. This is the boner thing. She kind of likes the boner in a whisper. Is this like a being said?
I have no idea, but my curiosity is drawing me closer.
As I guess we get closer to the center of the sept, Havigo will look over to the new person and will just simply state, I don't believe the guardian asked for your name.
He didn't. Very astute, very clever.
So, may I ask, who are you?
Well, that's a very involved question. Are you asking who I am, who I've been, who I plan to be? And she says that she'll then offer out the funnel cake.
What they call you by would suffice. I'm in no position to judge you.
Well, one person did once call me, please Raya, not her. This is coming to partnering off for a mission.
And Haviga will kind of start tapping his foot a little bit, in a mildly irritated gesture. I believe he was referring to you at the time. What was the name given to you?
Well, my given name is Amelia, but there was way too many vowels, way too many letters. So I'm just going to shorten that to Amy. There's 3 letters. It still has a couple of vowels in it. Well, it has a vowel, and it has something that kind of masquerades as a vowel and sometimes claims to be a vowel, but it isn't always a vowel. You know, the more I think about that, the more I'm thinking maybe Amy wasn't such a fortuitous name.
I think the name is cool. Maybe it's a cool name.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm Amy Sweetwater. I am a new moon, child of Gaia, and I am a Cleith of the nation.
As she states that, Haviga will show throat, and then he'll state, I'm Haviga Grant, born on 2 legs, Kuni of the nation, cub.
Kuni, like otaku?
Mm.
Are you into the anime?
And when you say that, his eyes kind of flicker a bit in a mild, another sense of irritation. And he'll simply say, your people would refer to it as a philodox.
Oh, cool. Half moon.
Aren't we like the same people?
Oh no, I've heard of this. Some tribes have different names for their auspices and other things as well, like the Get a Fenris.
Ah, okay. This is the first time I hear about that. Immediately Augustus looks at Stan because he is the higher ranking Garu.
I would be cautious about using those titles if you're not of that tribe, though. I've seen at least one Get a Fenris get offended in the past.
That is a good one-way track to a broken jaw.
Mm-hmm. My name is Sam Kapoor, and he offers his hand. And he does a double take to make sure that, well, yeah, with them at the heart of the sept, they're, yeah, they're safe. But yeah, offers his hand after he says Sam Force. Deed named Reverb, born on 2 legs, under the gibbous moon, pleads to the nation. And
She'll take her hand and she'll rub it on her pant leg before shaking.
now he would say, and fuck, I missed it. Bad, Robbie, bad. He would say, wordsmith of cockroach. Or, yeah. He already said gibbous moon. Fuck. Ah!
So you're a glasswalker.
Indeed I am.
Neat. And what about you? And she'll point over to Augustus.
I am a Augustus Brecken, Ragabash, born on 2 legs, Hamid, cub of the nation from the stock of the Silverfangs.
I see. So Augie of the Silver Fangs. I like it. I like it a lot.
Thank you. I didn't see a lot of Ragabashes. Like they told me like there were none except me, and I'm really happy to see another one.
Well, most steps going through them pretty quick, if not, by attrition or exile. Sometimes they kill their own Ragabashes by mistake. A lot of people don't like what we have to say.
Okay.
And since you're a cub, free lesson. Get
Thank you.
prepared to get beat up a lot.
Thank you again, Ryan.
Most welcome. I've had my jaw broken at least on 3 separate occasions. You figure after like the second time it wouldn't hurt as much, but it hurts just as much as it did the first time. The second time it didn't heal completely properly, so I was talking with like this weird lisp for like a month. Weird.
So, Raya, what brings you to the Sept of the Green?
Well, I am finding myself. My parents were like, Amy, what do you want to do now that you're a Cleath of the nation, and now that you've finished school and you're ready to go out there and find your place in the world, what do you want to do? And I was like, I want to backpack across Europe. I'm like, well, we can't do that. We can't afford that. So what else would you like to do? I'd like to backpack across the Midwest. So I did that. And, I went through a few places here and there. Saw some interesting people. And went through a number of diverse septs. Couple said that maybe I shouldn't come back. Some of them were like, yeah, you can come back. Sure. And then somebody was like, well, maybe you should go to like a more liberal sept. And they were like, oh, you go west. And I was like, no. So then they were like, Sept of the Green, where children of Gaia have risen to some esteem. I was like, oh, sounds good. That sounds like it's neat and easygoing and somewhere I might be of use, and I can finally show what it's like to live in the big city. And show left like 2 weeks ago, sort of doing like a road trip kind of thing, and then about a day ago, a truck broke down outside of Westchester, so I just kind of hoofed it here. My feet are a little bit sore.
Well,
Because
sorry, go ahead.
no, he just kind of looks at her a bit, just more or less flatly.
Well, they were certainly right when they suggested Sept of the Green. We are most certainly a liberal sept. In fact, we were the very first to pioneer the Kinfolk Bill of Rights.
Yeah, I saw that shit. That was kind of inspired, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not many Garu are secure enough in their ability to keep close relations with their kinfolk without the ever-present fear of a good thrashing.
Sam is just gonna keep his ever-pleasant smile. Maybe roll him an ip sub. Glasswalkers don't have anything to worry about with their kinfolk. Everything's fine. Sorry, it's gonna take me a hot second. I didn't bring my pencil.
Well, I hope that we can learn something from you, Raya.
Well, I've never been much of a teacher, but Amy's lessons. Sounds like it could be interesting. Let's see. Lesson 1. Don't ever take yourself too seriously. Oh, wow. Okay, this is how we're starting things off. Is that a botch?
That is a double botch.
So what does Sam look like when she says that?
Sam, in trying to make his smile, he tucks his lips in some, and his chin, his chin looks incredibly flat when he does so, but and his brows are fully raised, like it's all over his face. When someone's trying to smile through, everything is fine. There's nothing veiled at all. He is vulnerable in the presence of two ragabashes. A terrifying thought indeed.
She'll blink and look at him, and she'll stand up and she'll walk up to him. Still got the funnel cake plate in hand, and she'll kind of lean in a little bit and just sort of squint her eyes slightly.
Expression will drop and he'll like take a step back. Pardon me?
You're that was like a kid at picture day type smile. That was really fake. And you're sweating a bit. And she's gonna point like to his hairline.
Well, it.
Trouble in Paradise. She's gonna take a bite. Little too close to home.
So how is that food cart food? It's
She's gonna hold the funnel cake up in his face.
Oh,
Triple powdered sugar.
may I have some?
That's why I put it up in your face.
Fucking recommendation. He tears off a little piece and stuffs it in his mouth so that he cannot speak.
Havika looks at the situation and he just kind of shakes his head.
She'll look over at Havika, look down at the funnel cake, and then hold it out in his general direction.
He puts a negative hand up and just simply shakes his head. No, thank you, Raya.
You're refusing the hospitality of a superior officer?
I'm not refusing. I accept the gesture. I just choose not to eat it.
That seems a bit like refusing. That seems like the definition of refusing.
I find your lack eating disturbing, Habika.
Really, it's more of a polite. It's more of a polite decline.
You could have just gone with that. But why mince words?
May I have some cake as well, please?
She will sort of very lavishly and over the top turn around and bend at the waist and hold the plate up over her head into his face, into Augie's face.
Thank you. I am very happy that you know your manners, Raya.
I am very happy that you are willing to accept my plentiful bounty of batter and powdered sugar.
He makes his serious voice and says, "Yes, I accept this tribute for the good of the Garu nation.
It's my guy in duty to eat this funnel cake.
It is my Gaian duty indeed."
And this is how partnerships are formed. I hope you are paying attention, Habakkuk. That is lesson 2.
You have done your Gaian service, the way of the child of Gaia, creating peace between the tribes by presenting this kid to me.
Path of the Coggy, an esteemed philosophical following thing.
We are closer to
Sam-
democracy.
Sam has a little laugh that, like, normally you would assume that someone's hand would go over their face. It's such a cute little laugh, but his hand is not. It's just a closed mouth and silent little.
Habaga does not look confused, and he looks meanly over to Augustus with a bit of a frown on his face. And he will state, "It's like, so when you don't have your silver fang brood watching over you, you act like this."
I beg your pardon?
I said, when we first met, so you didn't act like this at all. I find your change of demeanor odd.
Disturbing. There are times for having fun and there are times for being serious. I try to have fun as best as I can when I am not need to be serious and not need to do my duty. That's at least what I do as a cub. I don't know what future will bring and change me. I was raised by Child of Gaia, actually. As actually he looks at the Amy when he says that.
Amy's just going to lean slightly towards Sam and kind of speak out of the corner of her mouth. I think this is the point where someone's supposed to say, "Oh, snap." And she'll give Sam just a little bit of an elbow.
Hang on. I wanna PM Amachan something. Are you cool with that, Amachan?
Please, go ahead.
Okay.
Mind if I roll my manipulation is subterfuge?
Not at all. Not at all. Only the 10 doesn't explode. It's only 2. This is exciting.
So my character has manipulation 4 and specialty persuasive and subterfuge 2. and should be 4.
Jesus Christ!
He has many successes. I don't even count noble heritage because it's nothing to do with noble heritage. He looks like you don't know what he says. Is ragged bashing or not ragged bashing? It's not serious. It's like I'm not gonna say it's not serious. You don't know. Like he hides well. The demeanor that he has, like he is good as like he's a good talker. Let's just say it that way.
Glad I thought to do that though.
Augustus his hands are puts his he like, how do I say this? He eats the cake and then he's like, this cake is delicious. Like, can I learn where did you bought this, Raya? The same
I
place?
bought it from a traveling food cart.
Oh, okay.
It may be many moons before it returns back this way, or it could be like in 15 minutes when he makes his circuit around the park, down the jogging path.
There's this like ice cream place, like in front of the Sept. The guy there is like, I think he's a kinfolk. He like nods to me and gives this like very weird smile every time I went there. When I come back from the school, I eat this ice cream and like he is very good. Like there's like ice cream with
Look
mint.
at you, a cub already starting to get the hanky panky from the kinfolk. Good for you.
Yeah, kind of, sort of, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it was weird. I was not ready to feel the hanky panky.
I mean, you always need to feel a hanky panky.
Do we like? Is that a thing? I didn't know.
I mean, if they're gonna hanky your panky, I would hope that you could.
That is indeed correct, Ryan. I don't know. There was actually a person that I met in the old Sept. She was like very interesting, but things didn't well because I moved here.
Garu or kinfolk?
He says Rokea.
I feel like that would eventually lead to friction burns.
Yeah, this was harsh.
Because sharks have skin like sandpaper.
This is very bad.
I imagine the chafing was awful.
She like enjoyed a lot of like stuff that I didn't enjoy, where I had to be like I enjoyed this as well. So it was tough. It was tough.
Like chasing down survivors of the USS Indianapolis and chasing down Roy Schneider off of Cape Cod.
She enjoyed killing otters for no reason. And like, can you kill an otter? Like, is that even possible? No, come on.
She's gonna turn and look at the Uktana. She'd be like, "That is lesson
3, Ryan. 3.
3. That is lesson 3. Don't stick your dick in crazy, and definitely don't stick your dick in Rokea."
Avika just has a dismayed look on his face, like this is a conversation right now. This is really happening.
Like you are Havika, you are between 4 Garu, which means like there is no possibility of sex or we're going to get killed. So the problem with Garu, like they can't use their lower bodies that much around each other, so it hits the mouth. So they talk about sex. This is my like 3 days of experience.
I've actually heard rumors of it hitting the mouth. I'm told that could also potentially be a crime.
Yes.
Depends on the proximity and the distance. A lot easier for you blokes to do, a little bit harder for us women to do.
It depends on tribe days as well.
But I mean, there is a point here. The hanky panky is a bit on the important side, given our guy in duty.
I am sure if Gaia, sets my path to be clear for fostering, I'm sure my family will be like, haha, we have this person for you ready. We made this deal with other families, so you should marry this person because it's going to be very good for our future.
And how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's disgusting, but he shrugs, I don't know. Sometimes other people decide this things for you, and it happens.
Well, you could always, and she'll kind of like, sashay her way over, shoulder up to him.
Mhm.
Unicorn's very forgiving. Unicorn wouldn't make you marry somebody you didn't want to.
Thank you.
I bet Havika's like, he just turns around, just starts going deeper into the set. Like, I gotta go.
That's an open invitation for you too, Habakkuk.
And when you say that, he almost turns quickly, like he's about to throw something. And it's not like frustration, like it's embarrassing. There's actual, like when you see his face, there's actual rage in his eyes, like he's upset. But he stops himself and just keeps walking.
He is just
Lesson number 4: restraint. He is passed with flying colors.
I don't understand Havika that much. He is kind of angry. He gets angry for weird reasons, but I'm sure there is a deeper stuff in that.
He is an onion.
A bigger part of what? Huh?
He is an onion.
What do you mean, onion?
He has many layers. You keep peeling him away and getting a little bit further in, and it's going to hurt a little bit. It's probably going to burn and sting, and you're probably going to tear up a little bit, but eventually you're going to get to that sweet, juicy center.
That's actually quite a nice way of explaining things. I like this. I will use this in the future, Raya.
That was lesson 5.
But you only gave me
Listen to this. Look at this. And she'll point back to Sam. Not even here for an hour, and I've already taught 5 lessons to Cubs. I think I should put my hat in the ring for Den Parent. I'm feeding them. I'm teaching them. I'm guiding them. I fucking have all the makings of a superb Den Parent.
Bites the weak, needs a then mother, I think.
Habakkuk, you want me to put my hat in for Den Parent? We can work together every day.
He's already gone.
He feels a shiver up his back and he doesn't know why.
You'd have to howl it. Do you accept these consequences? Howling in the Tellurian.
I don't know karate. I do know crazy, and that is a little bit of crazy that I don't want back in my face.
Amiraya, do you have a job?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's going to be important. Something that you'll find out very quickly is how expensive New York City is.
Yeah.
Well, I was figuring I could just live in the set cabins for a while.
Sep doesn't have a cabins, right? Yeah.
Yes.
We're in the middle. Oh, please, Samurai, please go ahead.
No. I'm excited to hear how you've learned. Please.
Oh, thanks. My old sept that had cabins, but when I arrived here, I was kind of guessing because they told me about it that because it's in a city. Usually, what happens is either we live in dens inside of Central Park in the Whale Protected Area or in the Umbra. There is no dens. There are people there are bonars who lives in their way. They say it's I don't want to disrespect anybody, but they call hoboing. That's what they told me immediately. I'm just saying what they told me. It was hobos.
No cabins.
There is no cabins, right?
No internet.
Tiana Castle is an internet, right?
No Game of Thrones. She's gonna walk away and kind of bend over at the waist, put her hands on her knees.
Sam looks over at Augustus.
The Augustus is Raya. may I say something? As he looks at the Amy.
So she's gonna hold up a finger like she needs a minute. Oh, oh, mm.
He is waiting. Like, he is waiting.
Okay. She'll stand up. Nope. And she'll turn back around and bend over at the waist. Oh. Who has
God damn it.
Wi-Fi? Who has Wi-Fi? Stand up. You have Wi-Fi? I don't mean to generalize, but you're a glasswalker, right?
And he blinks and puts his hands on his hips for a second and realizes how very feminine he looks. So he crosses his arms, and that doesn't help.
Is he doing like the basket carry crossing his arms instead of like the indignant crossing his arms?
Google this shit. I don't know arm crossing etiquette. No, he goes from like hands on the hips for all of like less than a second, and then he tries to do like a macho crossing of the arms. Like, yes, I do have Wi-Fi because I'm
wonderful. Then I will go ahead, and she pulls into her pocket and pulls out a wad of like probably close to $500. Here's my first month's rent. She just puts it in his hands.
What?
Yep. There you go.
Wait,
count it all. That's $500. It's all there. You can count it if you want. I don't mind. It won't insult me.
Samurai, I apologize. I actually also have a place, and if there's a room that I can spare for you, Amiria, I don't go to a house, but my childhood friend lives there, Caitlin.
Ooh. I don't want to get in the way of that.
I beg your pardon? What?
I don't want to get in the way of that. Childhood friend.
No,
guy,
no.
girl living
We were
together.
friends. We were friends. Like, I don't even I didn't see Caitlin for like a week because I stay here and just go to school.
What a terrible person you are. You need to show her that you love her and appreciate her.
I do appreciate her. We be talking.
Do you text her at least every day?
Not every day, but like 3 days, and one time in 3 days to make sure.
Try and get that up to at least every other day.
I will, Raya. As your orders.
Otherwise, the relationship, will decline, and then you guys will have to go to counseling.
Maybe we already take counseling, and it's just like working. The other guy says like we should take time, but I believe your wisdom is higher than the other guy.
Less than 6.
Well, how do you know I'm not living with a woman?
She'll turn around and look at Sam, and then she will put her hands on her hips just like he did, and then raise a brow.
What?
Don't worry, I am fairly clean. I only keep dirty dishes in my room for up to a week. I do my laundry twice a week, and I only leave it in the dryer for about 2 days. I am also gifted in the art of performance. So at night, I can give you sweet serenades while you enjoy your dinner.
Oh, no, that won't be necessary. I usually like mostly silence.
And she's going to reach into her pocket. No, it's no trouble at all. And she pulls out something that's red with a white cap.
Did
and
you Did you buy one, Ben?
I didn't.
Son of a
my
bitch.
car broke down today. I didn't have time.
You can't even pull that out today. No. Don't you? No. You can't. It's a crime. It's a crime against the character, and role playing is a hobby.
Fine.
You get to use those dots when you buy that. Damn it.
Then she'll pull out a sketchbook. Do you like illustrations? Comics? Caricatures?
Well, yes.
Okay. So if you've got like a blank wall, totally
No.
taking that shit.
No.
You don't like murals? Everybody likes murals. They raise up your property value.
I don't even know if my lease covers being able to paint on the walls. I live in
Tell
an
you what, we'll do a tapestry then.
I don't even know how to weave.
We're not going to weave a tapestry. I said we will do a tapestry. We can buy the tapestry.
There's a lot of I don't necessarily want a tapestry. I mean, my parents have a couple tapestries in their house, but and it's beyond the point.
What? Don't you want me to feel comfortable? Like you're already setting some serious limitations on my expressiveness and creativity.
You just invited yourself to my apartment.
I mean, we could get into the semantics of what I did do or didn't do, but I think the important thing is now that you have an ally in all things Ragabash, let's focus on the positives.
Don't you have a relative in the city?
She's gonna put a finger up against his lips. Sweet baby girl.
I'm not a girl.
It'll be okay. Focus on the positives. Deep breath in. And then deep breath out.
But hang on a second. Don't you have any relatives in the city, kinfolk? Do you know anyone?
They're not here yet.
He looks over at Augustus and then back to Amy. It's not permanent.
Definitely not. I eventually want to have a family of my own.
His face scrunches up a little bit. And now
I'm going to roll her. I'm going to roll her. I'm going to roll her charisma and expression to give you just the sweetest, pitiable smile that you could ever hope to see. Four successes. She just gives you the Puss in Boots eyes and smiles at you.
I'm gonna roll rage. No.
This is literally Augustus right now as he is looking at the situation.
I have a spare room. At least until you find yourself a job and get on your own feet.
Ruby! And she will jump up and hug him.
Anime arm flail.
Mhm.
Amy Raya, do you want to find a job?
Eventually.
I can talk with some of the people that I know and try to find you a job if you want to.
Well, you know what they say, a homemaker is a 24-hour-a-day kind of job, so until I find something that's out and about, she'll just smile at Sam.
Oh, look, the food truck is coming back, and he points. Does she turn her head?
Yeah, because she has both of those claws.
Yeah.
Oh!
Sam looks over at Augustus and just like nods with eyes that say, "Look for the job. Look for the job."
He nods.
You know, Sam, I don't see it, and I don't smell it, and she'll turn back. Are you sure you saw it?
I thought I did. I may have been mistaken. I apologize.
Maybe we should get you some glasses.
Ow, they're in my bag. And he reaches into his spider satchel and produces a pair of glasses and puts them on.
Because I only really see, like... Yeah. I don't see it, and I definitely don't smell it. And I can usually smell it from like a mile away.
My apologies.
Hmm.
These are typically for reading, but he takes them back off, puts them back in the bag.
Well, so dinner's usually at 7. I'm not so good with the folding of clothes, but I do my best.
That's all right. I do my own laundry.
I mean, I can do it. It's really no trouble.
I would
Just make sure you pre-sort because, you know, pink socks and underwear happens on occasion.
Augustus has a look on his face, says that what is laundry?
You fucking
privileged piece of shit.
That's out of character. It's entirely out of character.
No, I know, but like, yeah, he has resources for.
Jesus Christ.
His kinfolk, like what, like that Caitlin, that like childhood friend. Guess what she is?
A sugar mama from the sounds of it.
No, she is someone who like looks after him at his house while he's away.
Okay.
So
yeah, sugar mama. So, you sure you don't want me to do your laundry?
Yes, I'd really rather do it myself.
Would you want me to clean up around the house? Like I'm pretty good with that, but sometimes things break.
That's that'll be all right.
So you want to go ahead and not have me do that too? Feel like a little freeloady. You sure?
Do you guys do your own laundry?
Yes, there's a there's a communal washer and dryer in the apartment I live in.
You know, it's
So you're okay with me cleaning, even if there's sometimes a little bit of incidental nicks and knacks and cricks and cracks?
I can handle that. That'll be fine.
Okay, so no cleaning for me. Okay, gotcha. She'll give him the finger guns.
He nods slowly.
Perception, empathy, Sam?
Absolutely. Oh wait, is Sam peeing or are you peeing?
I was like, yeah. Were you gonna see it? See the Daryl? Thank you for coming.
No, no. He just doesn't want her to touch his stuff.
Okay. So yeah, she smiles. I'm gonna go get my stuff, and she runs off.
He looks over to Augustus. Lesson number 6. Kindness is a burden.
That's why it's so important, Raya. Just like honor. It separates us from the others.
He nods appreciatively, but still defeatedly.
There is no dishonor if you just want to live in your house for alone, or you may have your reasons. And it may seem that it would be rude. Actually, what she did was rude. I don't think she, takes it that way. She's a cute person.
It's fine. I would be acting against my morals if I didn't. I believe firmly that if you can offer a helping hand, that you should.
You're in one in that regard, Raya.
And he nods again. Thank you, Augustus.
No problem, Raya. The I will look for a job for her. But like, it would be very hard for us to just try to find a job and not knowing what she is good at.
And do be careful. I wouldn't want to put your reputation at stake.
I don't think she is, going to be a lawyer anytime soon. If she is. I would be surprised.
Just kind of tilts his head at that one with a kind of expression that just says, you have a point.
To be honest, like, this is a bit different than changing the subject regarding from her to something else. But I always felt like there needs to be a change in punishments. We give too much power, in my opinion, to the filibuxes when they make defend they are judges and at the same time they are lawyers. I think ragabashes should be the lawyers because they're the ones who are the questioners. So we should ask a question to the judge to say, what if you're wrong? But I've been refused many times and said that the filibuxes are the lawyers.
Well, they were born to interpret the litany. Doesn't always, we don't always live up to our birthrights.
He nods.
For example, I couldn't sing to save my life.
But I'm sure you have ways to bring the passion and focus our passions.
And he nods. You'll find out very soon, I think. Especially given what we witnessed in New Jersey.
He nods. I wish I can stay, but I feel like I should go near Bites the Week. Bites the Week, Raya.
Good luck with that, and I hope everything ends well. I've heard rumors, but I pray they're not true.
He nods, and then slowly leaves.
Hmm. And I think that with Sam joining back up with Amy to show her where his apartment is, I believe that may be a good place to end the scene.
Sounds like a plan to me. So, thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And we will see you next time on Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York.